those magic words.
What's the magic word?
This meeting is being recorded.
That's not 2 words. That's a few words.
I said those magic words.
Those magic words. Okay. All right. So
Cool.
everyone, hi. Good morning, wherever you are. Or if you are in India, good morning. If you are in Indonesia or Malaysia or somewhere, good afternoon. And for the rest of you, good day. So welcome to another Let's Talk About It with me and Sangiita. And today we have a very interesting topic. When Sangiita came up with this topic yesterday, I got a big yes. I was like, yes, this one. Okay. So, well, and then, so what's the topic today, Sangiita?
Today's topic is how we love it when you lie. And how much do you love it when you lie to yourself? You know, actually, how I got the write-up, Ryan, was because of the song, right? There's a song. I can't remember. Is it Rihanna or is it Beyonce? But it's one of those hot women. Love the way you lie, because I love the way you lie. That song.
That's
and
Rihanna.
I was like, oh God, it's so perfect, Rihanna. So it's so perfect for our topic. I was like, yeah, because we love the way you lie. You love the way you lie, and that's so great. Like, it's one of the easiest way to stop yourself from ever acknowledging that you can change something, ever acknowledging that you can, you have the potency. And I was so excited when Ryan gave me this big thumbs up. I was like, oh, because I noticed that I've been using a couple of stories. One of the stories was this technical glitch as well. Yesterday, everything went kaput because of technical glitch. And then in the night, I was like, one second, where am I buying these stories? And I popped in for it and I cleared some entities and I asked some questions and boom, my Zoom started working. Just like what we did this morning when I asked you to ask me a question.
Mm-hmm. So, where shall we start? I mean, they love their stories so much, and I have no idea what to do with them.
So maybe we can ask them. Maybe we can ask them a question. Yeah.
Yes, I'm going to start the question. So everywhere that you love your stories and your lies so much that you make it hopeless for whoever tried to facilitate you. Will you please destroy and create it all? Right, wrong, good and bad, hot, online, short, voice, and beyonds. It's like when I want to facilitate you, I was like, shit, hopeless. I don't know what to do. So everywhere that you love your lies, you love your stories way too much. That whoever tried to facilitate you feel hopeless, feel helpless, feel powerless, and you can remain your lies and your stories. Will you please destroy and create it all?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good and bad, hot and hot, all 9 shorts, voice, and beyonds. Bad talk mode on.
That makes two of us. Ryan. I think they're gonna have like a blast today because both of us are in the bad cop mood. We'll see how this goes. If you become too bad, I might soften up. Might. I don't promise.
I so believe you.
So I have another question for everybody. Like, what have you decided is so impossible? What have you decided is so impossible that you would do everything you can to prove it is impossible? Everything that is, can you please destroy and create it all and never change it? Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, all 9 shots, boys and beyonds. So which is your most favorite story? Which is the story you tell yourself, you tell everybody else? Which is your most favorite story of how pathetic you are, how small your life is, how limited you are? What is that story? You don't have to tell us if you don't want to. You can tell us, at least bring up the energy of it, like to yourself. Which is your favorite story about you?
If we let them tell us the stories, this Zoom might run for 5 days and still ongoing.
It's okay. We can have Let's Talk About It. Lies We Love the Way You Lie, part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5.
Yep. So let's okay. So what story? What is the story? Let's put it this way. A story doesn't have to be something long. Okay. If some people they have very long drama, but for some people the story can be very short. It's like something happened, and because of that, now you are having this problem. Someone else caused you to be that. So for example, let's say I didn't have good education background when I was a kid. Now I'm a failure. So short and precise, still a fucking story. Okay. So I used to have some stories like this about business. I would repeat that in my mind every day, like, no one in my family know anything about business. They cannot teach me anything about business, so I cannot be successful in business. And I keep repeating that to myself like a mantra, okay, every day. And one day I realized, oh shit, that's a story. So a story can be long, can be short. It has a cause and effect, okay? And usually you put you at the end, so you are the effect, and you lose all the choices, and you just feel stuck, and maybe you point your finger at everyone else. It's because of they did something and you became like this. Okay,
yeah. So how many stories are you using to create the choiceless universe you are choosing? Everything that is, will you please destroy and then create it all?
Right,
like,
wrong,
how many stories are you using so you never have any other choice are you choosing? And everything that is, can you please destroy and then create it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, buck, all nine shots, boys and beyonds. And the one thing I know about humanoids, whether they'd like to acknowledge it or not, they are so freaking good at whatever they decide to do and be. So when they decide to be a storyteller, they will be it so perfectly good that they will then become the story that they tell over and over and over and over and over and over again. So everything that is, everywhere you've become the master storyteller that has become the story. Can you please now destroy and create all of that? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pork, all nine shots, boys and beyonds. Ah, cool. So now you're the storyteller and you're also the hero of your story.
Well, if you are a hero that you eventually win, I think that's still not a problem. But unfortunately, you are the hero that got sacrificed.
So I'm going to change that. You're the fallen hero of your story. The fallen hero of your story. So everything that is, can we please destroy it and create it?
Right, wrong, good, bad, boys and beyonds. You being able to create so much stories, interesting stories, this is a great talent. Sell your stories to Hollywood or Bollywood or whatever, wherever, okay? You can
you mean they can make money? Oh my God, don't tell them that, Ryan.
Well, I did. I think I should remove this when I post the recording. Okay.
But that's a great thing you said, Ryan. Like if telling stories is something you're really good at, stories are a lie. Every time you say that, it only creates more heaviness in your life. It doesn't allow you to change what's going on. But if you are that talented that your story becomes so real, might as well ask to make money out of it. That's what Ryan is saying. Like sell it to Bollywood, sell it to Hollywood, sell it to all this, the TV people who make serials. Don't buy it as yours. What's the value of buying the stories that are limiting you? Everything that is, can you please destroy and then create it? Right, wrong, good, bad, buck, all nine shots, boys and beyonds.
Oh, what's that?
Well, that was my storyteller calling me.
Oh yeah. Do you have a lot of people telling you their stories, and
a lot,
do you like it
or do you? Actually,
okay, so my question is, do you like it or do you find it annoying?
So, initially I would love it because I used to identify myself as a storyteller. Like I used to be like so good at like telling stories, and not all stories are bad. As long as the stories empower you, I think they're really awesome. And then when I came into Access and I realized that, oh hell, the stories that I've been telling myself are so much more about limitation. Just like you said, like they were short and precise, and some of them were very long and twisted and perverted. But at the end of it, I was the loser. And I always reached a place where I was like, I cannot change this. Someone outside, someone who did this to me or my situation or the world or universe or God, somebody had to come and change it because I couldn't change it. Because the story was, this happened to me. So how many of you have stories that start with, this happened to me, or ended with, I don't know why this happened to me? So everywhere you made the story about someone else doing something to you so that you can never change it. Can you please destroy and create all of that? Right, wrong, good, bad,
boys and girls. Can you
it's
show me?
entertaining.
Can you act out like what does it mean? Like can you show us, give us the what, telenovela or something? I don't even know what is that called.
Yeah, like for example, like, you know, when I have to tell you this, when I got married, so when I was getting married, like everybody kept telling me, oh my God, your husband's so good looking and blah, blah, blah. And I took it as, oh, he's good looking and I'm not, right? So, and he belonged to this like very traditional Indian family, and an interesting point of view, but most Indian families want daughter-in-laws that are like petite, small, very thin, very fair, with really straight, long black hair. It's like the traditional Indian beauty kind of thing. And I was anything but that. I have dark skin, you know, and at that time, like, I didn't have straight poker, like black hair, it was brown, it was all over the place. And I was not petite by any standards. I wasn't fat, but I wasn't petite. And I was like, okay, cool. So my story was that I will never be accepted. And so whatever, like, no matter how nice I was, no matter how, like, I cooked for the whole house and I tried so hard to fit in, but I just had this story that I would never fit in, and that I wasn't good enough for my husband. And so that started showing up. Like one day, so there is this actress, Ryan, I don't know if you know her. I don't know if you've seen any Bollywood movies. I should start passing you on some to understand the intensity of drama and trauma in India. I should share some with you. So there's this actress called Aishwarya Rai. She's like Miss India, like Miss Universe, Miss India, Miss World or something. And she's so freaking pretty. Well, at least everyone thinks she's pretty. And so one day I got into an altercation with my mother-in-law, and my mother-in-law actually said that to me. She said, my son could have married Aishwarya Rai. I don't know why he chose you. Oh my God! I was like, okay, now my story is like becoming even more real. So everything that is can be please destroyed and created. All right, wrong, good, bad, all nine shots, boys and girls. Like I told that story to myself so much that finally my mother-in-law actually said that to me. Like, you know, he could have married the Miss World and then he married you. And I really had to look at it and went like, okay, 1 second, like, where am I buying this from? Who does this story really belong to? And after a whole lot of pocket nodding, and after I'm literally asking myself, what is the gift of me? What is the beauty underneath and within me? That I started, you know, getting out of that. And like, no matter how much my husband told me he loves me, no matter how much he you know, he told me that he loves me because of who I am, it just didn't make up for, I wasn't worthy of him because I wasn't as good looking as he is. And that didn't even allow me to receive the love that he had from me. Poor man, all the time his conversations with me were always about proving how much he loved me, and I wouldn't receive it. I think I wasted a lot of years and it was just not worth it. Not worth it.
Is this how you control him?
Of course, I made him do everything I wanted because I wasn't good enough, you see. He had to leave his, like, if I told him that don't go to work today, he wouldn't. He would stay home with me to take care of me. It was crazy. I mean, the whole dramatics around it. And thank you so much for bringing that. I totally acknowledge, and I'm willing to be vulnerable enough that was one of the ways that I got to control him.
Yes. So people with stories, very often you victimize or control people around you. Okay, so you want people to align and agree with your stories, to believe whatever that your stories is presenting to them, and you get and if they bought into your stories, ha ha ha, you win, you got the power.
Except in this case, whether he bought into my story or not, he was the loser at both ends. Because if he believed that I wasn't as good looking as him, I was going to kill him. And him telling me that, no, you're good looking, was not going to fly by me because I had the story that I'm not anyway, right? So either ways, he was a dead man.
Yeah. So just now, when I first started this Zoom, I gave the clearing like, how much do you love your stories that you make those who try to facilitate you or help you feel hopeless and helpless? Now I want to change it a little bit. So how much do you love your stories and your lies that whoever tried to facilitate you or help you have to suffer with you?
Ooh, that one.
And if you are a life coach, a practitioner of some modalities, and you try to help those people full of stories, you know what I mean. Everything that is times a gazillion, will not destroy and create it all. Right, wrong, good and bad, hot and pot, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. You try to help them so much, they pull you down to their lowest level ever possible, and you feel as shitty as them. So how much do you love your stories and your lies and your drama and trauma that whoever tried to facilitate you, whoever tried to help you, have to suffer with you? Everything that is times a gazillion will now destroy and create it all.
Yes.
Right, wrong, good and bad, hot and pot, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. And by the way, if you're doing it, enjoy it.
Sangi and Ran, I have something coming up. Can I share?
Yes, please.
Yeah, we have stories. We have stories coming. Yes,
yes, please tell us your stories. That's what we're here for.
So what about the stories that you tell yourself and you don't even ask a question that, oh, I have figured it all. I don't need to ask a question around this. Oh, this is that. And how about that? Like when you self-facilitate yourself and, kind of deceive yourself to not actually look at that issue. Like for me, that was body for a very long time. Oh, I'm size plus size, so it's okay. I'm not judging my body, so I'll give myself all those idealistic things, and even in access jargon sometime, but like deep beneath, I know that yes, this is one thing I have to deal with, and I'm going into the whole funk of it.
So, with what you said is like anything that we like conclude becomes a limitation. Anything that we conclude. So even if you concluded that you're a plus size, and so you just have to enjoy your body at that size. If it's like it's a conclusion because you're not following it up with a question. But if you like got there, like I don't care what size I am, I'm going to enjoy myself, and I truly wonder what else is possible. Your body could show you possible. It wouldn't be. Can you still hear me, right?
Yes. Go ahead.
Yeah, it wouldn't be like it wouldn't pop in your head as something that you need to talk about. Like look at the things that are working in your life. Do you feel the need to talk about it or discuss it?
No.
Yeah. So when you like look at something as a problem is when you start spinning stories around it, when you start like, buying into the lies. And then the other thing that we do is once we do that, the other thing we do to pacify ourselves is tell the opposite lies. So everywhere you've done that and everything that is, can we please destroy and uncreate it all?
Can you elaborate a bit on these opposite lies, as in like
so for example,
for
example, I hate my body. I don't like the shape it is. I don't like the size it is. And now the next thing I'm going to do is, oh, no, but I'm not supposed to. Like, so you buy into this, like, even this is somewhere I would have read that, oh, but if I hate my body, then it's never going to change. So I need to love my body. Now, I may not be feeling the love for my body, but I'm going to go, oh, no, I'm not supposed to do this. So I'm just going to go, no, I love my body. No matter what size it is, I'm just going to love it. I'm not going to worry about it. And what I'm not looking at is the energy. Like, am I really being congruent when I say, okay, I'm a plus size? Is that making me light or is that making me heavy? Is that true for you or is that a lie for you?
Actually, it makes me feel quite light.
Okay, cool.
When I say, I'm plus size.
Okay, cool. So if it's light, do you have point of views about what it means to be plus size?
A few.
Yeah. Would you like to destroy and uncreate that?
Yes.
Right. Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, all nine. And isn't plus size a definition?
Yes, a big one.
Yeah, and isn't it like, if you're a plus size, that means there is a minus size. If you're a plus size, that means there is either your size is wrong or right, and there is a minus size which is wrong or right. So that it's still a conclusion, and it's still like there is an. What if your body was just the size it would like to be? Like, what if you didn't define it with your size? Like, what if you could just enjoy it for whatever it was trying to be? It's like, I mean, I ask this question. I facilitate myself a lot around this, and I always ask this question: that would a mango tree want to be a banana tree? Would an oak want to be a stringy spinal kind of a tree, like a vine or something? Does it look at it and go like, no, that's nicer, that's thinner, that's nicer?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. So, Ryan, do you want to add to this?
Well, there are a few things here. If you want to facilitate yourself, it's very important that you are being totally honest with yourself, totally vulnerable with yourself. Very often we use stories and, of course, conclusions, they go together. We use a lot of stories and conclusions to defend ourselves.
Okay? Yeah.
You're like, you use the stories, the conclusions to make you feel not wrong. So if you need to do that, it's not just like, okay, that's me. There's no rightness, there's no wrongness, that's just me. That will be no point of view. But if you need to have some points of view, some stories, some conclusions to convince you, yeah, I think I'm okay, to make you feel good, feel not wrong, then you are defending something. Okay, so all the stories that you are using to defend the existing reality and existing stories. So one story defend the other story, and keep nothing being changeable, and keep you secretly feeling as wrong as you always have been. Will you please describe credit all?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, wrong, good and bad,
so
hot and hot, all night,
Thank
shots,
you.
boys and beyonds.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what are you defending for and against, right? That question. What are you defending for and against?
I don't remember what I said, so. but this is something that came to my awareness not long ago. I had a session with Gary, I think last year, and in that session he told me you are a great conclusionist, and then I was like, me? Okay, yes, I know I am, but you know, when you got that, you will still defend like, me, really? So, and then it took me like almost a year after that session, not really a year, but maybe 9 months. And
Did Ryan freeze?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's freeze.
Oh, he froze like that.
Frozen.
Yeah, he froze, Nancy. Just give him 2 minutes, he'll be back. But great, till then we can run this clearing. What are you defending for and against with the stories that you are choosing? Everything that is, can you please destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, what and work, all 9 shots, boys and beyonds. And how many stories are you defending for and against with all the conclusions that you are choosing? Everything that is, would you be willing to destroy and uncreate it?
Yes.
Right and wrong, good and bad, what and work, all 9 shots, boys and beyonds. Ryan's back. Hey, Ryan.
oh yeah, I was about to say something so profound, and then I got disconnected.
I know, and so, you also kind of froze in a very profound way. You were like this.
Wow, I need to watch the replay. No, I was saying that. So it took me so many months to finally got that I was a great conclusionist. I think I'm still a great conclusionist, but slightly less. Okay, so and I was running the clearing for myself, and I'm going to give it to you now. So everywhere that you know you are a great conclusionist, but you conclude you are not concluding. You conclude it so well. your conclusion is, I'm not doing conclusion. So whenever you're doing conclusion, you cannot know you are doing conclusion. When someone else give you this awareness, you will defend against that. So everywhere that you conclude, you are not concluding. And so you can keep being a great conclusionist as you desire to be, so that you can feel right with your conclusions and your stories. Will you please destroy and create it all?
Yes, please.
Right, wrong, good and bad, hot and hot, all nice, short, poison, beyond. So how many conclusions are you using to tell you you are not concluding while you are concluding everywhere, all the time, 24/7? Everything that is times a gazillion, will now destroy and create it all.
Yes,
right,
please.
wrong, good and bad, hot and hot, all nice, short, poison, beyond. I can see you are laughing. You know.
Yeah,
this is
I
what
know.
I can so acknowledge right now that many of my questions are actually conclusions with a question mark at the end.
So basically, the energy of the question is that I already have the answer, right? Like it's like I ask a question when I will ask a question pretending like I'm asking a question, but actually I already have the answer. So everything that is, everywhere you're doing that, because you've already decided your answer is right and correct, because it defends for your story or against your story. Can we please destroy and create all of that?
Yes.
Right and wrong,
right,
good
wrong,
and
good
bad,
and bad, hot, all nice, short, poison, and beyond. And
also, basically, we're
you...
telling ourselves another story about our story. Is that what you're saying, Ryan?
No, I said, and when you already have a conclusion, have an answer when you ask a question, if people give you some other answer that you don't want, you will defend against that. You are like, no, not this, not this. So sometimes when I'm with clients like this, I will just tell them like, okay, what about you just tell me how you want me to answer you? And then and then they'll be like, no, give me your awareness something. And then I was like, well, you already have conclusions. Conclusions stop you from receiving anything else. Oh, by the way, I want to make an announcement of my upcoming class. I have a class this May 20th. It's called Avoidance. So some of you have seen it, I think. So this is how you use conclusion to avoid having more awareness, so you can live in your own fantasy world. Okay, so that's my advertisement. Okay.
Please share the details with us, Ryan, so that I can also float it with everyone in India. And also, this reminds me of something that I heard Dane say, and I'm just going to throw the question out because that like started shifting a lot for me. One of the questions that he asked in like the Veterans Day weird program was, the extra calls that he gave us was, what have you decided is the problem that actually isn't the problem? Everything that is, would you please destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, what
about this? What about
and
this?
also,
the problem is not the problem. You are.
So, like, when we look at us, like when we look at our stories, like, what is, like, when we tell our stories about like whatever is happening or whatever, it's almost like we've decided that's the problem. So you're not willing to receive any other way. You've already decided this is the problem. And the danger with that is, once you've decided, because we are like, our minds are like, solution seeking machines. So every time, like when you decide that this is a problem, instantly you've also, in the same moment, concluded what the solution would be. And there you've already made your conclusion. Anything outside of that, you will never receive, because you've already decided this is the problem and this should be the solution. The only thing is, no matter what you try to do that, it just doesn't solve this. How many times has that happened to you, that you've looked at something from one particular way and you're doing everything this problem? You've also decided what you need to do to solve it, and you start doing everything from that way. Like, let's just say, like, if weight is my problem, oh, it's because I have extra weight, so that's why I don't feel confident, or I don't get the job I want, and I'm not getting the relationship I want. If I've made weight my problem, I will do everything to address that weight. So I'll exercise, I'll do the diet, I'll do everything, but it still doesn't change it doesn't bring me what I'm really, because I've just concluded that weight is my problem, and I've also concluded that this is to lose weight. So everywhere we've done that and got stuck more and more and more in our story, can we please destroy and create all of that? Right and wrong, good and bad, God and wrong, all nine shots, boys and beyonds.
What
What
I
is
get
really-
is my story is more about defending that it's not a
nice.
problem. But yeah.
Yep. So
You
you
said-
are conclusionist, storyteller, defender. What else? Liar. Oh yes, and liar. Liar, conclusionist, storyteller, and defender. Greatest jobs on earth.
That is,
So,
very good.
I cannot hear you.
And what the interesting part about this is, no, Ryan, that we the interesting. Oh, am I back?
I think you are frozen because I can see everyone else moving, but you are not moving.
Yeah.
So everyone else
I think
is moving.
I'm
You are not. So
frozen,
you are
like-
you're frozen. Okay. So
I just
yeah, we
froze
have a
into my
question
own
here.
lie, you mean?
Yes. Okay. So someone said Sangeeta is frozen. Okay. So why do we do that? Okay. So let's answer this. Why do we do that? Let's
Why
see.
do we do this?
Well, by the way, asking why is not a good question. Asking why, if you will just find more conclusions, find more stories to prove you have this and you cannot change. Stories prove, stories justify why you have a problem. And the more you believe it's correct to have those problems or this pattern, if you don't want to call it a problem, the less you can change. Okay, so what about not asking why? Just okay, what do I choose now? Oh yeah, I can choose total honesty with myself. I can choose to not buy into my own stories anymore. So stories and conclusions, you use it. So now, if I'm going to give you a why, you use it to avoid choice. Ta-da! You use it to avoid choice. So how many stories and conclusions and lies and defense are you using to avoid the choice you actually have? Everything that is times a gazillion. We'll now
Everything
try and
that
create it
is.
all.
Yes.
Ooh, right, wrong, good and bad, half and part, all nine shots, boys and beyonds. So how many defense, stories, lies, and conclusions are you using to avoid the choices that you actually have, that you actually could be choosing? Everything that is times a gazillion. We'll now try and create it all. Right, wrong, good and bad, half and part, all nine shots, boys and beyonds. And you feel right for not choosing. Okay.
Right. So how many stories and lies are you using to prove that you are right about how wrong you are you choosing? Everything that is, can you please destroy and create it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shots, boys and beyonds. How many lies and stories are you using to finally prove how right you are about how wrong you are you choosing? Everything that is, can you please destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shots, boys and beyonds. Right? Because at the end of it, if you can't choose, if you can't change, if you can't do anything else, then you're wrong. And now you have to prove that you're right about being wrong. So everything that brought up or let down, can you please destroy and create it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shots, boys and beyonds. We're a very interesting species, you know. And we just love to mind fuck ourselves like this.
True.
So everything that is, can we please destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shots, boys and beyonds. And also, Ryan, like I'm so like this whole conversation bringing to me like how much we love to tell everybody around us the truth, but we will always lie to ourselves. And one of the lies we tell ourselves is that we are not infinite beings, that we didn't create our lives. So therefore we cannot change anything in it. Everything that brought up or let down, can we please destroy and uncreate all of that?
Right, wrong, good and bad,
bad,
talk about all nine shots, boys and beyonds.
Wow. So what is the value of that?
I actually had a doubt on this. I mean,
Yeah.
I feel guilty of like being an infinite being, I know I can get things very easily, where others, for humans, it's a bit difficult. So whenever I have to prioritize, whenever I'm asking for something, I'm like, okay, I don't think I deserve it so easily. Someone else will get it. I work from that limitation. I think they should get it first before me. They are more of a requirement, or it. They have been struggling for it. Have not struggled that much, so it's not fair. But I know that whenever I've not struggled, those are the best things I've got, and I've got it very easily.
But you don't like ease.
I don't know why. I mean, I feel guilty of taking the ease, or if someone else deserves it, or something like that. Like the humans deserve it.
Okay. Can you say that 3 times?
The humans deserve it. Feels very heavy.
Yeah, I know. But can you say it 3 times?
The humans deserve it. The humans deserve it. The humans deserve it.
So all the Shiku implants and explants and all the Mobius strips running it, can you please now revoke, destroy, and uncreate all of that?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, 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 all 9, shots, boys, and beyonds. Everywhere you learned that no pain, no gain, no pain, no gain, no pain, no gain. If it's easy, it's not valuable. If it's easy, it's not valuable. If it's easy, it's not valuable. Can you now destroy and uncreate all of that?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, 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 all 9, shots, boys, and beyonds. And where did you learn this from? Which one of your parents said, unless you work hard, you don't deserve it?
My father.
Cool, awesome. So everything you're doing to prove your father right, can we please destroy and uncreate it?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, 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 all 9, shots, boys, and beyonds. What is your reality?
That I can create things in ease. I have the power to create things in ease.
But what is the worst thing that can happen if you continuously do that?
Others will lack.
Is that true?
No, I mean, I'm
Is
scared
that
of being
light
so.
when you're scared of being?
I think somewhere I'm scared of being out of control or being in fame or something like that. I don't know. It makes me
So
feel insecure.
what is the underlying belief? If you are scared that if you get everything too easy, it will end up in pain, insecurity, what is the underlying belief? So you mean you're not creating it, you're just lucky? Is that your underlying belief?
No, that makes me feel heavy.
What is the underlying belief then? If you are creating ease, will you create pain?
Yes.
Cool. But you are creating it. Do you get that?
Okay, yeah.
So what is the value? Is it to fit in? Is it to not be too different from everyone else?
Yeah, I feel it's more to fit in the form and structure of how things are supposed to be, or how the society, how I've idolized as this is the perfect person I have to be, or something like that.
So everything that is, can you please destroy? So everywhere you're trying to fit into the story of how you should be versus of who and what you are. Can you please destroy and uncreate that?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, what, all 9, shots, boys, and beyonds. And for everyone in the group, like over here, if you're here, like what is the value of fitting in that keeps you never choosing infinite being with infinite choice and infinite possibilities for all eternity? Everything that is, can you please destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, what, shots, boys, and beyonds. Kavya, are you still here?
Yeah.
So what's coming up for you?
Now nothing's coming up. I'm feeling very light.
Please get that where if you can create ease and you know you can create pain, then it is just a choice. Now, what's the value of creating pain when you can choose ease?
I don't know. What's coming up now is that guilt. I don't know what the guilt is, but it's like some guilt is coming up or I don't know whether I'm functioning from lack.
1 second. There are too many things you're lumping. So let's take the guilt. Whose guilt is this? Is it yours?
No, I think it's a society.
Is it an impelled point of view that, one of those impelled point of views that, oh my God, you're so lucky, everything happens with ease for you, but look at the world, there are so many people who are struggling.
Yes.
So you should feel really guilty for everyone who's struggling.
Yes, something, yeah, actually.
So everything that is, can you please destroy and uncreate all of that?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pop, all 9 shots, boys and beyonds. Ryan, are you going to do a bad cop or no?
Sure. You mean me or you mean you? No. I actually caught something, so like maybe a few minutes ago. So she was saying things like, that made me feel heavy.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not sure if you still remember that part. So was that heaviness a conclusion or was that awareness? That's my question. Okay, so for us, as long as you still have the need to defend for your rightness, or defend you are not wrong, or to defend you don't have problem or whatever, and plus you don't, on top of that, you don't have total willingness to be vulnerable with yourself. So I see a lot of people use light and heavy in a way that doesn't work for them. Okay, for example, I have some people that they always prove how right they are, but when I see their life, nothing changed. But they're like, oh, that's light. I do that because it's light. That's heavy. I'm not doing that because it's heavy. And when I look at their life, nothing changed. Okay, so how many of you always beautifully crafted your light and heavy with lies and stories? So it's not even a real awareness. You're like, oh, okay, because of this. Oh, that's light. Whatever you want to do, you already decided you want to do, that's light. Whatever that you want to avoid, that's heavy. I'm not avoiding, it's just heavy. So that's how people do it. So everywhere that you beautifully crafted your light and heavy, your so-called awareness with full of lies and judgments and agendas, so on and so forth, will you please try and create all of that?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good and bad, talk and pot, all 9 shots, boys and beyonds. Liar, you are a beautiful liar.
Yeah, but thank you, Ryan, for catching that, because when I asked her the same question in another way, she said yes. Like when I asked her, does she feel, is the underlying question, is the underlying point of view that you're lucky and no one else is, and so you should feel guilty about being lucky? She went like, no, that's heavy. And then when I asked her just now that, is your underlying point of view that, oh, you have so much, everything is so easy for you, so, you're so lucky, no one else is, she went, yes. So, Kavya, did you notice that?
Yes.
So everywhere you're lying to yourself to defend the story you've already decided is true about you, is true for you, can you please now revoke, destroy, and uncreate all of that?
Yes.
Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all 9 shots, boys and beyonds. And what I've become aware of is that if we hold on to a story and we try to prove that that is right, or we are wrong or we are right, it's because we love it. There's something about that's working for us.
Okay.
Because if you didn't like it, you would have changed it. If you didn't like it, you would have dropped it. So what do you love about this? Okay, do you believe you're lucky?
No, I think it's...
Or do you believe you cannot be lucky? It's everyone else that's always lucky. I'm not me. I only have to work hard.
Yes.
And then at the same time, you're so much hating working hard.
But at the same time, she creates so much when she's not working hard.
And now she's even more confused. Like, I don't know what is light, what is heavy.
What is going on? So what have you made so right or wrong about being lucky or being unlucky that keeps you looping between these two things as if you did not have any other choice except for being lucky or being unlucky. Can we please now destroy and uncreate all of that?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good and bad,
Right,
talk and
wrong.
talk, online shots for guardians.
The truth, are you lucky or are you a fucking potent bitch?
I think the second one.
Can you say it? Can you say it like nicely and loudly? I'm a fucking potent bitch.
I'm a fucking potent bitch.
What would it take for you to claim, own, and acknowledge that? So, all of the lifetimes that you were made wrong for being a fucking potent bitch, and everywhere you decided you will never acknowledge it, never claim it, never own it, so that you never have to be wronged for it, so that you can be right about being lucky, being unlucky. Can you please destroy and uncreate all of that?
Yes.
Right and wrong, good and bad, bad and talk, all nine shots, boys and beyonds. There's a message says, Buset, my brain is jumping around. So cute.
What is buset? What is that?
Buset is like buset is like oh shit, like oh fuck, oh crap.
Okay, what language?
If I'm not wrong, Fena, is that what it means? It's Indonesian, right?
Yes.
Buset is like almost like bullshit, like like oh crap.
And I saw someone just type my name like all in capital letters, like Ryan.
Yeah.
Are you shouting at me or what? So,
Yeah, like stop it, Ryan. Oh my God, this call is
Yes,
getting sexual.
so-
Ryan, what are you doing?
like when someone like expose your lies, like you hate it so much. So this is how you defend your lies. You don't want to know how you are lying, and when someone help you to see those lies, you defend against that person, or you hate that person, or you push that person away or something. So that is something that some of us do as well. Okay.
So how many lies and stories are you using to never claim, own, and acknowledge the potency you are that you are choosing? Can you please destroy and uncreate all of that?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, all nine shots, boys and beyonds. How many of you love your stories and love your lies so much that you'd never give it up, because then it means you have to change your life and choose something else? Everything that is, can you please destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, all nine shots, boys and beyonds. And you know, it took me so many years to realize that there are how many times like we identify, like our identity is with the story. Like I grew up in like very difficult circumstances. So when I used to tell the story about how I overcame it, it became such a pride, you know, like, oh my God, I had so many problems and look how I overcame it. And I overcame this and I overcame that and I overcame that. And then my story became, I'm a fighter. I will always overcome my problems. But the problem with something like that is when you identify with your story, that is all that you can be. I could only be a fighter, which means there will always be something in my life that I have to fight. I cannot choose ease. I cannot choose joy, because now my story always proves to me I'm a fighter. So what am I creating in my life? Fights. So what are you creating with your stories that you've identified so much with that you will not let it go? Because who the fuck are you without your stories? Everything that is, can you please destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, all nine shots, boys and beyonds. Because if I identified with being a fighter, suddenly one day if I stop that, who am I? And it is so much more scary to have the potency and the ability and the choice to be whatever the fuck you want, instead of the comfort of knowing you are this. So much more comfortable for me that I'm a fighter. Now I know how to live my life as a fighter. But now suddenly, I have no story. I can be anything. I can choose anything. Fuck, that's scary. So everything that brought up or let down, can you please destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, all nine shots, boys and beyonds. And the scary also is like, if you go into access conversation, scary, it's not really scary. It's like so much excitement because it is infinite possibilities, infinite choices, but nobody's ever told us that that's excitement. And like because it's an unknown space, because there's an adrenaline rush, because there is this whole confusion, what we think is confusion, like who am I, what am I supposed to choose now, where do I go from here? We think it's scary, but what if it isn't? What if it's the excitement of the ability to do and be and have anything you desire? Oh, no,
Yeah, this is the kind of space I am in right now, that oh fuck, what I'm doing here, what I'm supposed to do. So because I think I've been doing quite a lot of these calls in the past few days and have been in this constant questioning. I'm like, why am I here? What do I need to do? Like, it's like whatever has happened does not make any more sense anymore. Like, there is nothing there in my world. There's no charge. There's nothing. It's like so much emptiness, and I'm just so confused at where to go from here.
So are you really confused, or have you decided you have to make the right choice? Are you really confused,
like
or have you
so
decided?
Oh,
have you decided you have to make the right choice?
Yeah, there are like so many options available, and I don't know which one to go to. Something like that.
And is that a lie? Is that a story?
Yes.
Yeah.
I can choose everything that I wish to. Yep.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like Ryan said, you're this great conclusionist, right?
So you're multi-talented. You're like handling multiple jobs at the same time. You are a storyteller, defender, conclusionist, liar, and just now Sangiita mentioned fighter. So I have a suggestion for you. What about you go to your Facebook profile? You go to a Facebook profile and then you fill in your job. My job is a fighter and the company is my life. My job is a liar, company, my life. I'm working as a fighter, conclusionist, storyteller at my life.
Oh, how can I change that?
Finally, you asked a question. Okay, cool. But how much of this? Okay, look at the energy of how can I change this? Okay, I know it's a question. It has a question mark. Like, how many percentage of that? Okay, how much defense are still in that so-called question?
Like, I have to give you a number?
Well, no, but you just have an idea like, wow, maybe a little, a lot, all of them, or something.
Little.
Okay, nothing is wrong or right here. It's just for you to have awareness of when you are asking a real question and when you are pretending asking a question. So all those times that you think you ask a question but nothing changed or things change only a little bit. So those are questions with conclusions, with lies and whatever else with stories in it. So, so how many conclusions and lies are you using to that keeps you from being able to have a true question? Wow, everything that is times a gazillion will now destroy and create it all. Yes. Right, wrong, good and bad, hot and hot, all 9 short boys and beyonds. So how many conclusions and lies are you using to keep you from being able to have a true question? Everything that is times a gazillion will now destroy and create it all. Right, wrong, good and bad, hot and hot, all 9 short boys and beyonds.
This might be a bit stupid, but can I ask what does a true question looks like? Like, if you could.
Okay, this is a true question. Okay, this one, you just ask a question. Okay, do you notice that this question, the energy is light, it's like, okay, I really don't know. I have no point of view, like, okay, I would like to know more. So if you already have a conclusion of what it should be, what it might be, I hope what it should be, so then you are not asking a real question anymore. But if you ask a question from like, okay, I have no point of view at all, whatever show up, I'm willing to receive it. That will be a real question.
Also, I have another clearing for you, Nancy. Another question, and maybe it can apply to the whole group, is like, what have you made so vital, valuable, and real about your lies and your stories that keeps you from being the question you could truly be? Everything that doesn't allow that, can you please destroy and uncreate it? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine, shots, boys, and beyonds. What have you made so vital, valuable, and real about your lies and stories that keeps you from being the infinite being with infinite choices and infinite possibilities you truly be? Everything that is, can you please destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine, shots, boys, and beyonds. And what have you made so vital, valuable, and real about your lies and your stories that you love so much that you will never give it up? Ever, ever, ever. Ever,
Like,
ever, ever,
after
ever.
this class,
for all
after
eternity.
this class, oh shit. You mean after, if they re-listen to this like 100 times, they still won't give up?
Everything that is, can we please destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine, shots, boys, and beyonds. When you find yourself stuck in a lie or stuck in a story, if you just acknowledge it, okay, cool. Obviously, like, you know, so what happens is when we look at something as a problem, we like, when really quickly we want to just kind of solve it, or we want to like dismiss it, or we want to like, you know, reach the, like I said, the opposite spectrum of like, oh, this is not okay. So obviously this, if this end of the stick is not okay, then I need to get to this end of the stick. Everything that is, can we please destroy and uncreate it all? What if you were willing to like take a deep breath and just go like and ask like, okay, what do I love about this that I will never change it? What do I love about it? Just asking this question will bring up the energy of why you're holding on to that lie, why you're holding on to that story, and you can keep on and pocking that. Like, just asking this question, okay, so what do I love about this so much? Like Neha, you asked a question right now in the chat that I have this, I'm used to diminishing myself, like someone else is always more potent than me. I'm a good for nothing. So what do you love about that? What do you love about always diminishing yourself? What have you made so vital, valuable, and real about this story or this lie? Everything that doesn't allow you to perceive, know, be, and receive that, can you please destroy and create it all?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine, shots, boys, and beyonds. The other thing also, I find this a lot of fun, and I know like most of you are going to kill me for it. But look, if you love your story, then enjoy the hell out of it. Why are you making it a problem? Don't make it a problem. Enjoy it. If your story is that I'm just going to take you, Nancy, sorry, I'm making you a guinea pig. If your story is I'm plus size, then enjoy the fucking hell out of being a plus size. Why are you trying to change it? Like, seriously, if you love your story, then enjoy the hell out of it. And
Okay.
I can get, once you start enjoying the hell out of it, once there is no charge around your story, you can change it. It will begin to change.
So what is that space where you are like, like you're enjoying the hell out of what you are, but you are still in that space and open for the change as well?
You need to ask yourself which part of this is a lie, which part of it is really true.
Mm-hmm.
You're saying I'm enjoying the hell out of being plus size, and yet the underlying thing is I need to lose weight, or I should lose weight, or I wish it was not this weight. Do you realize the contradiction?
Yeah, but now it's coming to my awareness that only thing I miss about being not a plus size is like sometimes I go into these stores and I see these beautiful clothes which are not there in my size. Apart from that, actually there's not much of a like problem. The weight is not a problem.
How many conclusions did you just go into that, oh, those are pretty dresses that I can't fit into, and that they're not available in my size? or they cannot be available in my size.
Yeah,
Was
sometimes
any
they
of
are
it a
not. So yeah.
But was any of it a question? Like, what
No.
would a true question here be? Nancy, ask a true question. What would be a true question here? Hey,
What
buddy,
would it
what do
take
you
for
like?
all the fucking designers to create every damn dress in my size?
How about, hey, buddy, what do you enjoy wearing? Can you lead me to that? Hey, buddy, what would you feel like $1 million in? Can you show me that? Hey, buddy, what would you like to wear?
Yep.
Or
I
have
just
you
realized
already
I
decided
asked
that your
this.
body...
I asked this, but then I do what? Yeah. Yeah. Not a true
So
question I asked.
everything that is, can you please destroy and uncreate it all?
Yes.
Right and wrong, good and bad, but and work, all 9 shots, boys and beyonds.
Tahu belum mandi. Ada pisang goreng tuh, Nak? Udah makan?
Who's having pisang goreng? Even I
Isti.
want.
Isti.
Isti, you can't eat alone. You have to share with us.
Yes, share with us. There are like 64 of us here. Yay!
Yes, please. You got to share with us.
Sorry.
64 pisang goreng. Oh my God, that's a lot of pisang goreng, man.
For the rest of you in India, pisang goreng is fried banana.
It's actually a delicacy in Indonesia. It's like you fry the banana with the batter, and it's really,
guys.
really yum. Cool. Okay,
Alright,
guys, do we have any?
Would you consider doing like an elaborate 4 hours, 8 hours class on this? Like,
Ryan and me can
Honest-
consider a lot of things. Maybe a 3-part
Yes,
teleseries.
series, yes. Yes, yeah, because I think like
I love the title, Ryan. Maybe we should do a
Yes.
Stories and Lies 3-part teleseries. How about that? If enough of you give us like a thumbs up, we will go ahead and create it.
I create my own time. I give my own time out. Sorry. Yes.
I'm also giving. I have two thumbs up. So we have like 5 thumbs up.
Oh, we got. That means we got 4 now.
Oh, we've got 6 now. Judith's also said that. Suman's also said that. Okay, great. We've got 7. How many do we want? Like about 200? Is that it? 200? Maybe more?
Yes, 200 in bodies. Okay.
200 in bodies. Yes, please.
Yes.
Oh,
Until this,
all
they don't count.
fingers
fingers.
count.
Cool. Awesome.
Oh yeah. So
Guys.
we will look into this. Sangeeta and I, we still have a lot of topics that we have been discussing, and we just look at the energy of when it's time to talk about what.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Also-
it happened when it happens.
Also, we barely scratched the surface with lies and stories. It's a huge topic. It's like so insidious. It's present in every area of our life. We have lies around money. We have lies around our bodies. We have lies around relationships. We have a story everywhere. Maybe today you want to use this as an invitation to just ask like, okay, what story am I using? What story am I using that I'm choosing to limit me? Everything that is, can you please destroy and uncreate it? Just playing with that. Okay, so what's the story I'm using to
Yep.
limit me?
And I actually did a class about stories a few months ago in China. It's about killing all these stories. And I'm going to give you one of the clearing from that class. It started something like this. So how many stories are you using for you to not know who you are, what contribution you can be for the whole world anymore? So let's say you are amazing, but your story is I'm stupid. So you don't know how amazing you are anymore. So how many stories are you using for you to not know, to not perceive, know, be, and receive how you are, what you are, who you are, and what contribution you can be for the whole world anymore.
Wow.
Everything that is comes to Godzillion, we know this one credit all. Right,
Yes.
wrong, good and bad, talk and part, all 9 shorts, voids, and beyonds. How many stories are you using for you to never perceive, know, be, and receive who you are, what you are, how you are, and what contribution can you be for the whole world anymore? Everything that is times a Godzillion, we know this one credit all. Right, wrong, good and bad, talk and part, all 9 shorts, voids, and beyonds.
So I have another
you
one that
use
came up.
Story to hide you.
Yeah, and I have a very, Ryan, I have a really cool clearing with what you just did, with the clearing you did, and this thing that you said about hiding ourselves. So, what are you hiding about? What is so freaking right about you that you are hiding with the stories you are choosing to prove how fucking wrong you are? Everything that is, can you please destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pop, all 9 shots, boys and beyonds. What is so right about you that you're hiding so insidiously with the stories you are choosing about how wrong you are for all eternity? Everything that is, can you please destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pop, all 9 shots, boys and beyonds.
Yep. So, well, see, this is a huge topic. We can definitely go for not just 3 courses, but let's put it 3 courses for now if we ever do it. So, as I said, you see, I have a lot more information from my previous classes that I'm happily to give it to you. I mean, if we have that class. So, well, that's all for today, I believe. And so we have a few questions here about, like, are we going to get the recording? Yes, I'm going to upload that to YouTube. And so usually you can find it on Sangiita's Facebook. And by the way, I think if this is the first time you attend Sangiita's and my Zoom, and if you like it on YouTube, there are another 7 series before this. This is actually the 8th time
this is our 8th. Yeah, this is our 8th episode of Let's Talk About It. We have 7 more with 7 very, very interesting topics, and we will be back with absolutely, more. This is an ongoing thing, and we will definitely keep you updated. I would really like to announce one more thing before we leave. Ryan and me are both Talk to the Entities facilitator, and we have an upcoming class on house clearing A to Z, where we will be facilitating you on how to clear your homes and your spaces. And it's a 2-hour call. It's happening on the 1st of June. So keep posted. Like, you can find it on Ryan's Facebook, my Facebook, and there's Fena, there's Priya here. They will just send you all the details about this. So wherever you are in the world, you'll receive it. Okay, guys. And otherwise, you can always reach out to Ryan and me. And we are very happy to.
And I'm going to see if I can spotlight Fena's video. So if you can see Fena's video now, can you all see it? So this is the avoidance class that I'm talking about. So in 2 days, I'm making this, I'm doing this class. So everything that you're avoiding awareness, you're avoiding vulnerability with yourself, you're avoiding your true power and potency, you are avoiding asking a real question, so on and so forth. So if you have those things, well, this class is for you. It's 2 hours long, and the time is our evening time, because I usually set the time that it works for India, Malaysia, Indonesia. So well,
Nancy, I'll send it to you. I'll ask Fena to share it with us, and then I'll send it to you. Okay, Nancy? For Ryan's avoidance call. I'll send you the details. Cool.
Yep. All right. Okay. And by the way,
awesome,
at the end of this month, I have 2 more classes. End of this month, Being You, Creating Money on May 30th, and Being You in Business, May 31st. So 2 days of Being You. You can join either one of them or both or none of them. Up to you. So
yeah, absolutely. And you can check on our Facebook pages for all our upcoming classes. And we hope to see you somewhere soon. And we'll be back with our 3-part teleseries or whatever this shows up as around stories and lies. Okay, keep yourself posted, and we'll see you soon, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Guys.
Bye bye. We love the way you lie. Bye bye.
We love the way you lie. That's true.
Thank you.